Most people using ChatGPT are basically using a Ferrari to go to the mailbox. A study from last year found that over 60% of people who tried ChatGPT only ever asked it one or two basic questions, and then stopped. Not because it wasn't useful, because nobody showed them what it could actually do. These 5 prompts are what the other 40% figured out, and once you see them, you won't go back to doing things the hard way. ChatGPT is a free AI tool, and in 2025, it's genuinely one of the most useful things a regular person can have on their phone or laptop. Not because it's magic, because it thinks fast, writes well, and doesn't get tired of your questions. For everyday stuff, drafting emails, figuring out decisions, learning something new, getting unstuck. It's like having a really patient, really knowledgeable friend on call at 2 a.m. The problem is most people don't know how to talk to it. They type something vague, get a vague answer back, and think, yeah, this isn't for me. That's not a ChatGPT problem. That's a prompt problem. And prompts, meaning the way you phrase what you ask, are completely learnable. That's what this whole video is about. Stack Future is where we break this stuff down for real people. If plain English AI content sounds useful to you, hit subscribe. New video every single day. Start here if you've ever Googled something, read 3 articles, and somehow understood it less than when you started. There's a prompt style that consistently gets ChatGPT to give you actually useful explanations, not the kind that sound like they were written for a medical journal. It goes like this. Explain topic to me like I have no background in it. Use a simple analogy and keep it under 150 words. That's it. Try it on anything. Explain compound interest to me like I have no background in it. Explain how vaccines work. Explain what a mortgage actually is. The reason this works so well is that you're not just asking for a definition, you're asking for a translation. ChatGPT is genuinely excellent at taking dense, technical information and finding the version of it that clicks for someone without years of context. The analogy part is key. Analogies are how our brains actually latch onto new concepts, and ChatGPT will build one specifically for whatever you're asking about. And the word limit instruction, the keep it under 150 words part, that's doing a lot of work too. Without it, ChatGPT tends to go wide. It gives you everything, which sounds great until you're reading a wall of text and your eyes glaze over. Putting a limit on it forces the answer to stay tight. This is one of those prompts where the first time you try it, you'll probably think, wait, why wasn't I doing this before? Because nobody told you. Now, you know. Here's a situation a lot of people end up in. You've got a decision to make, you've been going back and forth in your head for 3 days, and you're no closer to an answer. Could be a job offer, a big purchase, moving to a new city, ending something, starting something. Your brain's been running the same loop. ChatGPT can actually break that loop. The prompt that works here is, I'm trying to decide between option A and option B. Here's my situation. Write 2 or 3 sentences about your context. What questions should I be asking myself that I might not be thinking of? Notice what you're not doing. You're not asking ChatGPT to make the decision for you. You're asking it to help you think better. That's a completely different thing, and it's where AI genuinely shines. What comes back is usually a short list of angles you hadn't considered. Things like, have you thought about what you'd regret more in 5 years? Or, does either option give you more flexibility if your situation changes? These aren't answers. They're better questions. And better questions are what actually move you forward. You can take it further, too. After it gives you those questions, type back, okay, now play devil's advocate on the option I seem to be leaning toward. That follow-up prompt is genuinely useful. It surfaces the stuff you might be glossing over because you already kind of want one thing to be the right answer, which honestly we all do. Everyone has an email sitting in their drafts right now. Maybe it's a complaint to a company, a follow-up to a job application, a slightly awkward message to someone you need to say no to. Something where you know what you want to say, but you can't figure out how to say it without sounding either too harsh or too much like a pushover. This is where ChatGPT earns its keep. The prompt: help me write an email. I need to what you're trying to accomplish. The tone should be professional, friendly, firm. Pick one. Here are the key points I want to get across. Bullet them out, even roughly. What you get back is a real, usable draft, not a template with blanks to fill in, an actual email. Usually the first draft is about 80% there. You'll want to tweak a word here, adjust a sentence there, make it sound more like you. But starting from 80% is so much easier than starting from 0. One thing worth knowing: ChatGPT has a slight tendency to be overly polite. If your email needs to have some backbone to it, say you're following up for the 3rd time, and you want them to know you're serious, add this to the prompt. Don't be overly apologetic. Keep it respectful, but direct. That small addition changes the whole tone of what comes back. AI writing tools in 2025 are good enough that this kind of help is genuinely useful, not just kind of useful. People use this for work emails, landlord emails, customer service complaints. Once you do it a few times, it starts to feel like cheating. It isn't. It's just a better way to work. Say you want to learn something, but you don't have time for a full course, a book, or an hour-long YouTube video. You just want to get useful fast. There's a prompt for that. I want to learn the basics of topic quickly. Give me the 5 most important concepts I need to understand first, and tell me why each one matters. Keep each explanation short. This works for almost anything. Personal finance, learning a new skill for work, understanding something in the news, a subject your kid keeps talking about and you have no frame of reference for. What ChatGPT does here is essentially compress a beginner's curriculum into a 5-point orientation. It's not trying to make you an expert. It's trying to give you enough footing to have a real conversation about it, to read more on your own, to stop feeling lost when it comes up. Actually, hang on. There's a follow-up to this one that makes it even better. After you get those 5 concepts, type. Now, give me one practical example of each concept in everyday life. That follow-up is where things click. Abstract ideas become real when you can see them in action. ChatGPT is really good at building those bridges. This whole combo, the overview plus the real-life examples, takes maybe 3 minutes. And at the end of those 3 minutes, you'll understand something you didn't before. That's not a small thing. That's genuinely useful. If there's one thing to walk away with from all of this, it's that the quality of what ChatGPT gives you is almost entirely about how you ask. Vague question, vague answer. Specific, well-framed prompt, and suddenly it's doing the heavy lifting while you steer. You don't need to be technical. You don't need a paid plan to start. Free ChatGPT handles all 5 of these just fine.